everybody, it's Nikki here. 안녕하세요. 저는 Nikki입니다. Welcome back to another Dramarama, but today I have a movie for you that I hope you have seen because it's a really amazing movie. But if you have not, that's totally okay because I'm here to tell you a little bit about it and you can go back. It's on Netflix right now, so you can go and watch it. Again, disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by Netflix, so this is all my opinion and my choice to tell you where to find it. This movie is called Train to Busan. Busan Hang. Busan Hang is the Korean title for it. And as you can probably tell from the title, it's about a train going to Busan. But of course, it's not that simple. This movie was released in 2016, so it's already 2 years old, but that shouldn't matter because it's a great movie. And it's not a drama per se. It's more a, how can I explain it? It's a horror, thriller, drama. It's just a great Asian movie, especially Korean movie. It's one of my absolute favorites. For this, actually rewatched it, and I've already seen it like 20 times, I think. Guilty, but I think it's absolutely awesome. And it is a zombie movie. And that's one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite movies, because I do like zombie movies, but I think the way they did it in this movie is absolutely just perfect. So some of the actors that are in it are Gong-yoo, which you'll know from Goblin or Coffee Prince. Then Ma Dong-seok, who you know from Bad Guys. Jung Yoo-mi, who I've also introduced to you when I talked about the drama Life. She also played in that. And then Kim Soo-won. So, what is the premise of this movie besides being a zombie movie? Well, Seok-woo is a fund manager and he separated from his wife, but he has his daughter with him, who's played by Soo-won, but her name in the movie is also Soo-won. So she's all sad because her birthday is coming up, but what she really wants to do is head down to her mother, and her mother lives in Busan. Well, of course her dad doesn't just want to go to Busan because it's quite the train ride away from Seoul. But of course his daughter is very persistent and she says she wants to go see her mom, which, I mean, I can understand. I would want to go see my mom too on my birthday. So on the next day, they make their way to Busan taking a KTX train. Of course, the movie wouldn't just be a movie about a dad and a daughter going on a train. It's not that simple. It absolutely all starts in the train when a lady jumps into the train that was obviously bitten by something. At the time, you kind of don't quite know yet. And of course, she's in the train now. She was bitten by something. Of course, later on, you know it was a zombie. Like 5 minutes later, you'll know it was a zombie. And now you have a zombie on the train going all the way to Busan with tons of people in it. That's pretty much the premise of this. And going in a little deeper, I'm not going to give major spoilers of, what's going to happen, who's going to die, who's not going to die. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to go a little bit deeper into the story. Yes, of course you have this zombie in there now. She is turning. So she's turning. She's then biting other people. And it's just a whole mess of a group trying to survive in that train. But it's not just the train that has zombies in it or that's infected with zombies. It's now Seoul is being taken over. They're wanting to head down to Busan, but they were supposed to stop in Daegu instead. And then they stop in Daejeon, where there's supposed to be like a base created, like a safety base. And they all go out of the train and so on forth. And well, go figure, it's not safe anymore. So they're all heading back to the train. And now it's all survival. Of course, you have this one guy that hates everybody, that just worries about himself, which I have to say, Seok-woo was one of them. He didn't want to help anybody. He was self-centered. He doesn't see his daughter much, but he cares about his daughter. But everyone else can kind of die. But the great thing about this movie also, throughout the movie and as the storyline progresses, he learns that it is okay to help someone. And Suan can be thanked for that, because she is pretty much teaching him that you cannot be a self-centered person, especially in a situation like that. You have to help someone. You have to be a group. A group is stronger than just one person. So this is the storyline, and of course, Sang-hwa and Song-kyung, which are played by Jung Yoo-mi and Mang Dong-seok, they kind of grow a bond with Seok-woo and Suan, and they are becoming that group. And of course, it's not Suan who's pregnant, it's Song-kyung. She's pregnant, so now you have Sang-hwa, who's trying to protect his wife and his unborn child. And yes, this group is just going to stay strong together and try to help each other out as much as possible. Of course, along the line, you have sacrifices being made and people sacrificing themselves. Again, I'm not going to tell you who's sacrificing themselves or, who's dying, who's staying alive. But at the end, only 2 people make it to Busan, because Busan turns out to be a hub that is still safe, that has no one can get in. If there's any sign of you being a zombie, you get shot. And there's only 2 people that will survive this trip of this group. So I think Train to Busan is a great movie to watch in general. I think it's an amazing horror zombie movie, because I like the way they portrayed the zombies. And in general, a lot of Asian movies that are more on the horror side are absolutely amazing. I think they're one of my favorite horror movies. Is another great example for a horror movie. This one is a Japanese one, is Ju-on, which we all know as The Grudge here in America. We have an American version of it. But if you can, go watch the original version, because it's so much better. It's so much more intense. Your heart beats way faster. So those are 2 recommendations I have for you today, which is Train to Busan if you haven't seen it yet, and Ju-on, the original version of The Grudge. Looking back at this past week of our dramas, Rich Man has finished. The last 2 episodes aired, and I'm extremely sad, because that has become one of my favorite dramas. Of course, the ending is expected and unexpected in a way. It kind of takes twists and turns even throughout the last 2 episodes. So I think you should go ahead and watch the last 2 episodes. If you haven't started Rich Man yet, you should also go ahead and start watching Rich Man. Again, that one is available on Viki, but only with the Viki Pass. So Train to Busan is available on Netflix, and Rich Man is available on Viki. I hope you take my suggestions. I hope you guys have recommendations for me that I can check out and give a review about, or watch for myself, or anything like that. Any movie you want me to check out, leave it down below. I comment back. I like your comment, which means, of course, I've read it. And yes, just communicate with me, whatever you want to see, whatever you want me to review, whatever you want me to watch. Leave it down below. I'll watch it. I'll review it for you. And I will see you at the next Hallyu Cafe. Annyeong. Bye-bye.